Hi, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota, and you are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network. Let me see. It looks like, let me check me audio. So, hold on, let me just check the audio quickly. Orthopedic specialists from the hold on, let me just check the audio quickly. Orthopedic specialists from the hold on, let me just check the audio quickly. Okay. Orthopedic specialists from the All right, ladies and gentlemen, on a good morning or on a good afternoon, depend when you get for listening to this message or this welcome. First of all, I just want to welcome all my viewers them, and today I get a very interesting discussion. Three topics now we get for discuss today. Three topics. The first topic we will get for discuss get for do with a dangerous situation where they imagine a salon. And that situation, all right, well, the show is already on, Mr. Fode Mansari. It's already on. So, a dangerous situation where they imagine a salon right now, we need for discuss that because it's very, 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 very scary, okay? What's in this dangerous situation? Well, it has to do with the monkeypox. The monkeypox, now a disease or a virus where they affect you based on close contact. When I remember during the time of the coronavirus, right? Then tell we say coronavirus now they get because of close contact with the people then we get the virus. And the thing about this Mpox is that it's the same, it gets similar um, symptoms just like the flu. When I remember also the flu, right? The flu gets similar um, symptoms like the coronavirus. They sweat, they breathe very heavily, you get difficulty of breathing, you get some kind of hay fever, all that's now kind of similar viruses and similar. But not to another thing where I want to discuss. What I want to discuss? I want to discuss about why the mpox is increasing in Sierra Leone. Let me put them back. Why the mpox is increasing in Sierra Leone? When I see the text about why Sierra Leone gets half of mpox cases in Africa. Half of all the cases them in Africa, Sierra Leone gets them cases then there. So this is something that we need to think about. This is something that we need for um, discuss because I see some of them virus here. It could be you, sometimes your family member or something like that. Transmitted disease is very, very dangerous for the society and for the world. The question we I get for the government of Sierra Leone, when we begin detect mpox na salon, when I assure we say, when I get everything under control. This was what you guys said, the government of Sierra Leone. The first cases we will first detect na salon. When I say when I get all the things they will not need for controller. But why mpox is increasing in Sierra Leone? And now we get half of the cases in Africa. A small country like Sierra Leone get half of the mpox cases in Africa. Why? It's something that um, concerning to the Sierra Leonean people, who people then sit down first, they not get what then they eat. And now a very, very devastating sickness don't come back. Just like the Ebola, just like the coronavirus. So it's something that the government needs to take seriously. Waiting at the diagnosis of Mpox. How then they diagnose them? Is it just by seeing the person with um, what would they call reggae, or those crow crow? And Mpox they kill. Mpox they kill. So one of my first advice to all Sierra Leoneans now Salon at this time: be careful, because you don't know who that gets Mpox. It just did not the incubation period not in system. So be careful. One of the things we they avoid close contact with somebody, like hugging, even handshake, kissing for the lovers them, and a lot of other things we get for do with physical contact. You need for avoid that. And if you avoid that, no go near too many people, where a lot of people in together, because you're not going to know whether get a disease. And just by passing, you touch somebody, we probably get a disease. It is, it is, it is, you dey get the disease. You dey get the disease. So this is something that Sierra Leoneans will need for pay attention for saying. Um, it's getting it's getting very dangerous now Salon right now with this Mpox. Um, well, a lot of people them during we own time when we been young, we been small, smallpox, right? Some of we sick smallpox. We able to survive that. But this one, the Mpox, according to which the information who the hearing, another genetically engineered disease, virus. This Mpox came from the lab, just like coronavirus came from the lab, just like Ebola came from the lab. Why people are so obsessed with the viruses? Why people are so obsessed with creating viruses where they disturb uh, the world? Why? Me, now this I not really able to understand. Instead of you cure diseases, you create diseases just because you believe in one day, your neighbor or somebody else, when I get forget disagreements, when I get for go into war. So this now um kind of a weapon. But why they're not able to control this? Because I remember at the time when coronavirus came, where people them they talk say this it come out from the lab. They get a lot of people that we call themselves experts, where then they can say na lie, this na natural something, this na it come out from bats, all them thing then they not get nothing with for say it come out from the lab. But what happened? Finally, when the truth come out, it turned out to be it came from the lab. Ebola na the same thing. Same thing with Ebola. Now, the Mpox, monkeypox. Why they call her monkeypox? I don't know. Maybe I get for research on that's why they call her monkeypox. But why? Why people are obsessed with creating biological weapons? Why? And The people the way they suffer most sometimes. Now the people the way believe say they are invulnerable to some of them diseases. I'll give you an example. When coronavirus come in, if you look at the global indices, the global charts about how coronavirus affects each country, one of the biggest places where coronavirus affects na America na. We suffer over a million people dead. Over a million people dead. That's a lot of people. A lot of people. Over a million people dead. And over, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 million people get sick with the virus. So over a million people dead. I don't know if not to 1.3, 1.4. I don't remember again. Who side and say this virus come out, the coronavirus? Well, then say now Wuhan lab. That is in China. The Wuhan lab, now a lab where then they experiment um, viruses. And interesting. This all is very, very interesting. This lab, both the Chinese government and the United States government get hands uh, in this lab. Then they cooperate for study viruses. I think something happened where could be accidental, could be even intentional. Well, I say could be intentional because if you don't create a biological weapon, you want for test and for see the actual effect, you get for release to the public. Let's see how it affects people then. We have a problem with obsession when it comes to war and devastation. And this is destroying the world, especially the poor countries like Sierra Leone. So how on earth, who says alone go get 50% of the cases, then the Mpox cases in Africa, in alone? How comes? How comes? 50%. And this what to miss you. What to miss you. I read where I've been research this morning for this program. I read so I was surprised. I thought I've been just the thing say, well, it's just like any other African country where they experience this disease, but I can't realize 50%, half of the cases they need us alone. Why is that? If you get any comment and you can put your comment at the comment section of the platform where you watch me from. And you can also call. Oh, hold on. Let me just put in. You can also call me. Now the number we see below. If you live in the United States, or it doesn't matter where you live, you can call me now. 1480-862-5771, or you can call me now 1480-409-4001. So we can answer your call if you get a question. And we want for make you tell we either in the comment section what you think of, which are the best way we will be able to urge with government for take this thing seriously. Because yes, it's getting worse, it's getting dangerous because now people are sick. In Sierra Leone, the cases are getting increased every single day. And I don't think say the government get a grasp of the situation and how they were able for control them. This is something that we need to discuss and bring in some ideas, show that their ideas and they with the governments. You know, remember, governments now the people. Okay, governments now the people. So we should involve in government affairs. You know, they just left everything to government and you expect say the government to be able to do everything for you. So you come in a modern democracy, we call them citizen participation in governance. That's why you have elections. You participate for elect the people that we want for make them lead una. And not only the election, after the election, there's also what we call citizens participation, wherein you get a focus group where then they sit down and discuss places like this platform and other platform, sit down and discuss and see the problems the way the country get and come up with solutions. Say, okay, I think say the government need for do XYZ for make we able for solve these problems. That's citizens participation in governance. Okay. And we say some of them here very, very necessary. Now, things like outbreak like this, disease outbreak, wherein the government not able to get a grasp of what's in the gun because at the end of the day, it is the people that are suffering, it's the people that are affected. Most of the cases then who don't get Masalon so far, these are just ordinary citizens. Some of them do not even know how they get this disease. The second thing I want to talk about, especially when it comes to diseases, one of the things we I find very, very troubling in Sierra Leone, and to be honest with you, you get many public and private hospital health centers in the country, but each and every one of them, including the private hospital, when somebody go there for tests, like a clinical test, there are only two things where then they diagnose. I don't know why. Either then diagnose you with malaria, and what is the other disease way now in the default diagnosis? I forget the disease. This disease will not ever sabi an alone. Some of you will be grow up, but we can find out. Say we get a, um, a health center, a research center na salon. I think na Kenema. Now they this research center there. Typhoid, exactly. That's the disease. Then they salon. Now the two diagnoses where salon doctors said, and they always they tell you where you go there for blood tests and everything. The first diagnosis you get malaria. The second diagnosis you get typhoid. Why Sierra Leoneans? Almost everybody in a salon they get typhoid. Why? Well, when I remember the time when the Ebola been calm, I think in 2015, 2016, remember, right? We can find out say this research center na Kenema, some of the research way that they do at that place there, they get for do with typhoid. Typhoid. A lot of citizens they don't know about this. Then they research on typhoid, how typhoid they affect Africans. Well, according to them, then try for find a way how for cure them, for cure the disease. Well, it can happen, say, now almost everybody that's alone, where they go to hospital, where they go for tests, for blood tests, they get typhoid, according to the doctors, according to the diagnosis. How comes? Number one, either because this um, research center, then they try for create this disease, and probably this is just my speculation. Probably accidentally this disease come on alone, but do not ever tell the people because first of all, there dangerous research center. They don't get any kind of a robust monitoring system by the government. They are just like any other regular hospital. Or the researchers, the people, the way they do this research, themselves, then they take this disease, inject to the people. You and the way they go to their hospital and That's not my speculation. So these are some of the things well, it don't happen so many times. It don't happen. So when are the hearing back say Mpox don't come back in a salon and for all the big countries in a salon, na Africa, salon are the epicenter right now or Mpox. So in the beginning, the question you said, how comes? How comes? Do we have to look back to these research centers and try for say, wait a minute, what you guys are doing? Do we can we can we close some of them unmonitored and unregulated research centers there? The problem where Africans then get that make I don't know, I don't know. Now money, now they kill Africans them. Money, we leaders there, they're so obsessed with money. They not foresee money. They know they care waiting at the implication or waiting at the objective of the person where you come with the money. This is very, very dangerous. That research center na Kenema. And I'm not thinking na Kenema no more. There is another one where we know they even talk about. Some of who will be young, we know about that, but we not been get the idea for say when they just they say, oh, this now a research center hospital, not just like any regular hospital. One of the research centers also get for do with Edina Lonsar. Lonsar. The other one did na Masanga by Maboroka. Masanga Hospital. Okay. Then seven they do research there. And then don't they there for over 30 years. Nobody know they monitor them. What then do what then they give people them? Yes, and they come and treat people them for other diseases like tuberculosis and other diseases. But beyond that, we don't know what then they do there. We don't know because we not get any monitoring system. So I think it is time for make we government pay attention to some of them here because some of them abrupt disease outbreak where they happen in our country, they're very very weird. We're able for understand what actually they happen. We're able to understand. So these are some of the things where we government need for pay attention. Number one, a government we're not able for monitor who's medicine where they can at the country and how then go able for test the components, the chemical components of them, each and every medicine where they come. I don't think CSF will get such thing. Now we entry reports. We don't get them. You're not able for tests any medicine where they come, the components for making say this medicine it gets these components and these components and these components and these components now so it affects human beings, human system. We don't get anything then they people then they just they go buy things and then bring and come in, then distribute them at the country. They don't know what's in the effect of some of them thing and they this is very, very dangerous. I don't think say we supposed for get an epicenter of virus at this time, especially when the economy of the country, the hardship is so huge. On top of that, you can put viruses, disease. When I remember the coronavirus, we lucky it not affects people then like the way we expect for say nine it affects people them. I get forgive the government kudos for that because they said they do a good job. Yes, at least they try for control the virus, the coronavirus. Are they going to do with this? I don't know, but so far it looks like they not get any kind of control over this virus. And this not transmitted disease. Okay, that's the danger about this transmitted disease. Okay, so that's not the thing where I want for love we discuss, and I want una for make una um put una comment at the comment section of the platform where you watch we from. The next thing we I want for discuss. Let me go to me. The next thing where I want for love we discuss get for do with the first lady. All right. First of all, I want for give good credit to the first lady. Yes, I know say some of me folks them as long as the person where they talk about now it in at the other side, you know for talk for talk good but that person did. Okay. So 2 days ago, Oktia Mining, in the parent body of Kwedu Mining. I think Kwedu Mining don't change name so many times, so I don't know whose name now self way then gets when at the real name because then they change name from Kwedu Holding to Kwedu Kimberlite to Kwedu this to Kwedu that for the past I don't know how many years, and they change name. Okay, so we all know because I've been discussed about this now this program. There was um, a disagreement between the employees of Kwedu Mining and the company itself for good services. The employees then say the company they know they give them the services where they deserve. Number one, they need at least the one the way they work, get a bag of rice a month, or at least if somebody die, na the job, then suppose for give this amount of money instead of just go give a small token or in people then small token for take care of the funeral. And there are so many other benefits where they they requested. Well, Kwedu Holding, it gets people them within the Madabio government. We, you see, ladies and gentlemen, we wicked to we serve. Solomon wicked to him brother Solomon. Solomon again mind for suppress him brother for somebody else. Some of the ministers, I know they call their name, or government officials, then they on the side of Kwedu Holding. Okay? And they on the side of Kwedu Holding. So now then they play games with the the employees because the employees do not get anything. So the employees then don't they ask for them benefit here for many years. So at one time, they say, then they make a protest for make the company take us serious for say what then they talk. Let me know. The first lady come in, he can't side with the employees because when I remember the first lady in SSF na kono ikomot, right? So he can't side with the employees. She became almost like the spokesman of the employees. Kwedu Mining and some of the ministers that really benefit from Kwedu Mining, they're not happy. So there was this back and forth between the first lady and the company and the ministers and this or that. But I remember I've been actually covered about this now this program, where I ask a very 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 salient question: where is the president? Where is the president? Now, I don't know what's in the relationship between the president and the first lady. I don't know what's in now the president in stand in this. But whatever, God forbid the case, when you see your wife and another person then get this back and forth, and it became public, for the sanity of the office where you hold and where you first lady unceremoniously hold, because first lady office, not to like an elected office, so now unceremonious office, but there must be some kind of dignity in that office. You see this back and forth, they go on and off. You as the man step in and try for solve immediately. In this matter, me not to SLPP, but me na a Sierra Leonean. And I tell you now, the last time when I covered this, now this program same, in this matter, based on what I understand, I deal with the first lady. Anybody, whether you na SLPP, you na APC, you na whatever political party, if you stand for the interests of the Sierra Leonean people, I always deal with you. I don't care party label at all. So in this matter, I deal with the first lady. Okay? I deal with the first lady. Because now in the only person way I know at this time, not only no more we born Kono. You get Chief Alaji Samsumana, Diana Konomani, Kalamo Kaba, Logus Koroma, and a lot of other people there. Who say them people are then there? Who say them people are then there? Because when something like this they happen, when at the head of the districts, when they come and sit down and talk and try to find a way how we are able to help our people. Because most of their company, and I guess I can talk about another company where just don't be a seaport, na Potloko Mofoki, where the president go commission day before yesterday. And they talk about that in a minute. But let me just continue. One of the things where I say the Kono leaders them. The Kono leaders them, I don't know what's in the gun with them, but they are not united for her. Kono people, Kono now a very, very lucky district. The Kono people now very, very lucky people. The Kono themselves, they're very, very small. But they get power, they get leverage over a lot of things in the country. The things we are not understand, they are not united. Everybody gets mindset. Diana Konomani, you get your mindset. Chief Samsumana, Logus Koroma, the first lady, and all the other people that way them born Kono, when are leaders them, notable leaders them, then gets individual mindset. And that is very bad. These people supposed forget what we call a district descendants association. I think they get a KDA, Kono District, KDDA, I think so, Kono District Descendant Association. I don't know, but I think they get what they call it on them. This mostly for the diaspora. This they're supposed to sit down and try to look at the interests of the young people. But when you see company gonna go Kono for go mine, if you see it don't give two of the leaders them something way themselves in a personal benefit, that's it. They know they look for the young people. They know they look for the benefit of the young people. So the first lady stand up and say, no, we need for help them people here. Because of interference, as they describe them, then begin undermine them. Now, the labor office in Salon, I see them publish a letter where they claim say, Kwaidu mining don't sack about 1,000 people because they demand better benefits So they sack 1,000 people. You see the abuse of corporate responsibility with them company. Remember, them guys here, where then they mine the resources na kono. Number one, now the environment then they spoil. Number two, how much then they pay as dividend na kono. How much? Next to nothing. Next to nothing. So they don't care because you know what? The politicians, as long as they don't get their own quota from them company, yeah, that's it. The company they do what you want for do. So after this company sack 1,000 people, the people now then don't block the road for go na the mining. They don't block the road. I don't know if they don't uh, pull the block, but they don't block the road. And now the company don't they threaten the first lady say, if you not be careful, then they sue him for $20 million for I don't know how they describe them because the first lady stand up for Indian people. They stand up for the Sierra Leonean people. Now the company don't sack 1,000 people. First of all, that is illegal in the first place. It only happen in America now. Yeah, because uh, uh, employees there then demand for better wages or better things, they sack them because they demand that. That is going to be a big problem for that company there. But in Sierra Leone, they don't care. So the question where I get is, okay, now they don't disrespect UF because he stand up for young people. They get the right for stand up for young people. They get the rights. The first lady get the right for stand up and say, no, we need for negotiate. Let's negotiate and try for come up with a good arrangement for them people here. We don't need the ground for nearly 30 years if they don't pass self. Okay. So if the people then say, okay, now we need better benefits, una sit down, una negotiate, una come up with things then we're able for help the people them. But now you sack 1,000 people and you threaten the first lady, the one way now almost nine at then you don't hope now for say it will fetch for them because I don't see nobody now na corner, the leaders of the corner. I don't know. Maybe I'm not aware of any leader where they stand up and say, you know what, I'm with the people because these are our people. You know, how much money Kwedu Holding don't get over the past 30 years. You know how much? A lot of money. A lot of money. Well, then go tell you, say, okay, over the past 30 years, we don't spend this amount of money as corporate responsibility. Then go come and tell you that. But that's not the point. That's not the point. You know, we are not abuse the people them. Okay? Let me just try for see. Something here. Okay, I'll try for see something here very quickly. Okay. In 2003, that was the time when this company was founded in 2003. So it's about 32 years. No, 23 years. 23 years. 22 years now. 22 years. And then get, well, that time, they may get about 983 employees. Okay, they get about 900. This is their own fact sheet. Now they read for una so. Then get their own website. In fact, kwaidulimited.com. You can go there and try for figure out. The only thing where you know, okay, hold on. It looks like I'm frozen. Let me pull this out. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Let me remove this thing out. Okay, so let's go to um mostly in a diamond mining. Now in they do and that, but okay. Oh, let me see here. Auko talks about Kwaidu. Um, Kwaidu mining. Oh, Auko is done, but according to the thing here, um, yeah, Auko websites, there again. Okay. All right. So I'm not able to forget how much then they get per year na salon. But I believe say then they get enough money for able for sustain themselves up to this time. Because if you know they get enough money like this time for the past 22 years, 23 years, like the company don't bankrupt and they don't close. So they are getting a lot of money. So the problem here is they no one for help the people there. Well, they no one for um accept the demands of the people there. So but where is the president in this matter? Where are the Kono leaders? Chief Alaji Samsumana, Karamo Kaba, Logos Koroma, and Diana Konomani, the rest of the Kono people. Do you guys look at the First Lady as SLPP? So therefore, this now SLPP thinks we no one for put we hand there. Because this is not one of these are the problems where they see in us alone. If me when I APC are they engage in something, the SLPP, then they look at the benefit of that thing towards the country, then they look at me own affiliation, then they attach on to what they do. Oh, now APC stuff, so no they mix them. I don't experience that. So I'm not just saying things out of the blue. I experienced that. I remember at the time when we've been a time for fight for this diaspora voting right. Okay. I reach out to the SLPP folks then. Tell them, say, hey, okay, when I don't look at this, the benefit of this. Number one, the diaspora then stand at a disadvantage when it comes to voting as alone. Before you get for go voting, they spend at least the amount of money when we do the research and we get the calculation, at least one diaspora for go vote, for go register, and for go vote, it is spend at least $8,000. $8,000 if you want for go vote. Because when you go, number one, the tickets on them, well, where they are on them, it can cost them $2,000, 1,700 to 2,000, even more dollars. Okay. When you go, you get for go eat, right? So if you spend $2,000 per ticket, they just go with $2,000 for your food, and that's really really not enough. But we just try for give a conservative estimate for say at least where they go, it is spend about $4,000 including the tickets. That's not a conservative estimate. Then you go register, and go they say them vote home. When you go register, you get for come back. Okay. And when you come back, when the time reach for election for go vote, you get for buy another ticket, for go back, for go register, for go vote. So at least the minimum is $8,000 now you they spend. This is not a conservative estimate we will be getting our research. We compiled a white paper, we put them together. So I reach out to some of the other party them, the SLPP, the other party them say, hey, why don't we fight instead of all the time? Then people are in the Canada, then they can't take our money, then they go then we get for spend about $8,000 just for one vote. Who they go vote? Would they spend $8,000 for go there? Why don't we fight for the diaspora and voting rights? There are countries where they allow their citizens abroad, then they vote now outside the day. So me and other folks then will be nip and first down. They will even Kerango now. Try for Kerango na parliament. They even put now the CRC, the Constitutional Review Committee, because we'll be able for lobby that committee there. Justice Cohen. I talked to her multiple times. I talked to a lot of the ministers, the members of parliament who have been there at that time for this. So now a very good thing. But when I reach out to the SLPP folks in America now, even the APC folks then, let you see the mentality of we, how wicked we are, how backward and ignorant we are. I reach out to the SLPP folks. I reach out to the chairman of the SLPP at the time. I know they calling him Naya, but I reach out to her. I say, hey, this is not the thing we try for do, but this now a collective responsibility. We want for law we all come. Let we put we parties and politics aside, because this is, if we do them, it benefits everything. The SLPP folks them tell me say, in a very good idea, but we not want for cooperate with who now let them not see say now we they do them here. We dependent here. Some of the APC man them, well, the SLPP man them tell me the same thing. Well, the reason what to make it not possible is if we do now APC the benefits, because now APC they na power. So now APC more get the fund for do benefit. Now the APC folks them in America, people the way I get high respect for. You know what they tell me? This you know the way them call, because if we do now the SLPP more get for benefits than this. Bra. So I'm not surprised waiting the gun as alone when it comes to helping the Sierra Leonean people, especially people they wait and they exploit every single day. I'm not surprised at all, because we so wicked to ourselves as a nation. Okay, so the question is, where is the president in this matter? It's like say it just say, when I go Friday. Well, let's see until Kwaidu Limited don't say. Then they sue the first lady. The first lady, I don't see any response to this at all. I don't see any response. Well, we'll go see. But one of the things where I know, if he really want for sue me, they come for sentence, say they go sue you. If they go sue me, then serve me the lawsuit letter. I go defend myself. But if you can't threaten me, say I will sue you for 20 million. That means saying that threats no more for make a back off. Is the first lady going to back off? I don't know. But are they with him? In this particular matter, he didn't at the right side of history. Now come to the same mining exploitation what they talk about. Now remember, the mining companies na Lonsar, Chonkolili, Rutile. When then they sign an agreement with the government of Sierra Leone, I don't know if that's the agreement. Then they sign for one mineral. Now then they come. Now in the agreement. Okay. For example, rutile. Then they come for can extract rutile. That's not then your legal mineral where they're supposed for mine. Okay. Anything where they're able for discover, and the cost of extracting the rutile, that's a different agreement. I don't know if the government of Sierra Leone do that, but like the iron ore, Lonsa and Tonkolele, all them company here, when they come, then they can pull the dirty, then put them in a train, then ship them out, then they go wash some somewhere outside of Sierra Leone. They don't do this for the past 30 years. Now this then they do. Then they go ask the dirty outside of Sierra Leone. So now waiting then tell we for say now in then get, now in we know. You see the exploitation. Now another company come with now then then say they don't begin mine iron on post local. That's now the same thing that they do right now. They don't build a seaport, port local there, Namafoki. Now, then they get the dirty, then they put on the ship, then go wash on some side. Here, for that dirty there, you get diamond now, na interest. You get gold now, na interest. You get cobalt, na interest, na benefit. You get a lot of other minerals, na benefit. Because what they sign for, na iron ore or na rutile. You see how we need as them now themselves they facilitate the exploitation of resources. And I hear the president Panda commission now Mofokide, they make some jokes where not funny at all. Not funny. Not funny. Because them people yeah, in as much as we want them for make them come, for can take from we or for can mine them minerals yeah, we want for make the mining be transparent. Make them wash the minerals yeah, yeah. Now we all see whose minerals where they. The same thing they happen not to Sierra Leone no more. It been happen Burkina Faso, it been happen Mali and Niger. But then three countries and they don't bar off. They don't bar off and say no, we'll not mix again. So then stop them companies then they. Okay? Then stop the companies. Say no. Them things here now then they wash them. We want for see what this dirty, what he gets. We don't care if he gets less. Now based on what I get now, they pay me. They pay we. So they stop them. Some of the company, in fact, like Burkina Faso, they nationalize some of the company like gold. The gold company now Burkina Faso, they use forget millions of dollars from the gold industry. I'm talking about the companies then. You know how much them in the Burkina Faso? Boy, 15, $20 million per year. When a company gets like 100, 150 million or 200 million, you go give 15 million. That's exploitation. Now that money they can directly to the people. Now them money then we eventually don't nationalize some of the mineral resources here. Now them money then they use now they say, you know what thing? This will get enough money for make education be free for the country. Because okay, if we then come down them and they get 200 million. Now 200 million they come to the COFA, the government COFA. And that's enough for expand the government programs for people them. So Ibrahim Traore is saying everything. The money allow spend now, invest into with people there now from primary to university. Education now 100% free. I talked about this a few days ago. The system, the educational system now there now West Africa, they're similar, whether now francophone or anglophone, they're similar. Almost the government now they pay for everything. I'm talking about the government institutions them. The government now they pay. For example, the University of Sierra Leone. Government now they pay the teachers them, the primary schools them, the secondary schools them. The government now they pay the teachers them. Now they provide the materials. Every year there's a budget for that through the Ministry of Education. So Waiting, waiting student that they pay for school fees for. Waiting student that they pay school fees for. Now because well, in business logic, that money then they use the schools and then they use for manage the school um things them like paying the teachers. Well, that money then they know they pay the teachers because the money they come directly from the government. So why don't you just do a free education then? You see the differences between Burkina Faso and Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone then get free education from junior um, junior and senior secondary school, right? Then get free education. But the problem is it's not free. Burkina Faso, when they say free education, teacher not get mind for go charge picking. Because if you go charge picking for anything, you end up for going to jail. But we own, before the free education, student them they pay like 50,000 leons per term or something like that, okay? For school fees and uniform. Okay. Now they say free education, student and they pay 150,000 leons through the small charges then way they bring even more. So it's not free. And waiting the government they do up to this time. Then people the parents and don't complain and don't complain and don't complain about them. The government no one for hold some of them rogue teachers are accountable. So that means the government is not serious about the free education. You know. Yes, and they come now, then they sit on the media, then they sit on TV, talk about how now we get free education, we get more schools than now before, we get more students than now before. But it's not free. It's really not free. Okay? It's not free. Because now parents they pay more than the way they pay before. So why don't we just look at some of them here? Nationalize some of them minerals here. Nationalize them. The only way we were able to take control of minerals is if we nationalize them. I know same during the 80s or early 90s, some of who don't get sense now, then been get some national mining company, mining offices where they call NDMC, National Diamond Mining and MDMC. Then it also that office there, I think, I also cover the entire mining industry. The NDMC, they mean, I think they said they mine diamond or something like that. Okay, national. I'm not going to tell you now for say nationalize the diamond industry because but good diamond not there again, not the ground. With diamond, they don't book again, not the ground. But iron ore, rutile, cobalt, cobalt, cobalt. They not just down cobalt and just down discover them. So it's not popular in the country. Nationalize that. Nationalize other minerals them. Make the government directly responsible for that. Make the government actually do them here. It better for make we nationalize, we get more income. Imagine how much was in 2003? We the government tell we say now in the revenue from the mining industry in Asalo over $1 billion. Over 1 billion. Maybe hold on, let me see if I go able to see on the internet again. Revenue from mining industry in Sierra Leone. Okay, let me see here. Not able to get a good. Yeah, but according to the first lady and other ministers, them, I think in 2003 or 23, we will get over $1 billion from the mining industry alone. Guess how much Salon able get? I, I don't know. The first lady been say about 30 something million or around that. Out of $1 billion, you get 30 something million, 40, 50 million out of $1 billion. Okay. So $1 billion na Salon, $1 billion na Salon, if it can directly to the government, I think say enough for get free quality education from primary to university. That's so. Okay. So that is the situation in our continent. That's not the situation in our continent. So we have to talk. This is the only thing that we have at this time with the citizens. And there's already an opportunity for way for let we continue for talk, educate people there, nationalize with mineral resources. You have to nationalize with mineral resources back. Yes, some people will say, oh, because the government not able for manage some of them here. Well, look at the port authority. Look at Wataki, the one that weigh the ship. Then will tell you, say, I don't see any differences um between before them privatize Wataki and now. I don't see any difference at all. In fact, the only difference is um now it's more expensive for ship na Salon than before. I'm not saying all government things they need for nationalize them, but the main thing we get for do with revenue, where the government they rely on, why are we going around? I'm talking about President Bio. Why President Bio they go around, they go and beg for money, where he get wealth under a foot. Instead, the companies where they come out from their country, then the way President Bio they go and beg. That company, the money na Salon and they go, then they take then can go na that then country then they and now that money they Salon president and they go for go big. You see the stupidity of Africans. You get the wealth, you take you give somebody, and that person they benefit on, and now you go big that person there for make it give you loan or grants or whatever for bring and come back to the country for come help the country. You get the wealth. It's bad. It's really, really bad. But what will we get for do about that? All right, let me go to the comments now. Let me go to the comment. All right, for this, sorry, Mansari say, welcome, doctor. Thank you very much, Mr. Mansari. For the Mansari say, have been waiting for the show. Well, as you can see, the show is now on. And call invite Mr. Kabo. Mr. Kabo, I don't know, maybe he busy. I think say they watch, he busy. Mr. Kabo then say make you come back. Well, now you don't begin run away because you know say SLPP don't begin mess up, so you run away. You don't you don't you don't defend them. Say now no sign no day for defend again. For the sorry man sorry say not monkeypox but mother pox. Very serious in Sierra Leone. Mpox, mother pox. Why monkeypox increasing in Sierra Leone? Because the government and president are not serious about their citizens, just busy flying around the world. Shame on the government. Mr. Dowda say the variant of the Mpox in West Africa, including Sierra Leone, is not fatal to human. Well, they not kill somebody They not kill somebody Okay. But no disease not the way fatal. It depends according to the immunity of the person we get the disease. Well, we know when they see we smallpox don't kill people then. You know when they see that? Smallpox don't kill people then. And smallpox is much more lesser in terms of the effects than Mpox. So we don't know yet. We don't know. So we are still monitoring. But Rita, Rita reports that half of the cases in Africa, that's Salonide. That in itself is very, very bad. Musa Conte say, hola, hola, Musa. Abla Koloma say, government has established public health center with Professor Fodesa as the head. Government should empower the center and a state-of-the-art laboratory. Now that one day we want because this is just too dangerous. A black woman say Ebola should have taught us a lesson. All major tests are now done at the famous Louis Pasteur Institute in Senegal. We need to wake up. A black woman say, Dr. Mankota, in my view, previous and current governments enter into contact with the multinational companies, failing to take the interest of Sierra Leone employees. The people are at the mercy of God. Well, that's exactly now the type I've been trying to talk about because when you look at them contracts are then they make. Could you believe you go sign a contract for 99 years or 100 years? What's kind of like that one? I've been talking about this before. Let me drink water. I've been talking about this before. Say there should be a constitutional or a legislation where they ban leaders in that country the way they sign contracts beyond 10 years. We need for put that legislation there or amend the constitution and put under the constitution for saying you as a leader, the highest you able for go for sign contract is 10 years. Okay. I for be say 5 years and renewable. But okay, 10 years, okay. Because when a company comes, sometimes the first few years, they're not able for accumulate profits. So 10 years is very reasonable. But you go sign the contracts for 99 years, 90 years, 50 years. So if the contract is bad, you don't hook the next generation after you and the same bad contract. No reasonable country no go do this. So contracts should be signed based on the term of office of the president. A renewable, for example, me what I be suggest I say let we make them contract here, especially the mineral resources contract. Let we do every 5 years you renew them. So that government day we sign the contract, it go there for 5 years, right? If the government come back and win and if realize him the company they do well, they can able renew them. Okay, they able renew them. But why they go sign the contract and they try for hook the next two generation? It don't make no sense. And most of them contract on this on 10 or 5%. Now in the country they get. The 95% now the company now get up. So we are self-responsible for the decadence of poverty where they happen at that country. Okay. Peter Dawda said there is an established virus research center at Hangar Town, Kenema District, since the end of the Ebola outbreak. Yeah, I'm suspicious of them research center. I'm very, very suspicious because from the time because remember the head of the doctors na that center the way they talk about so now Mr. Khan, he don't die. Now Ebola na kill him. I interview in brother. I think they call him Mr. Khan if I remember correctly. I think I interview him brother the time when he been in a coma now, the man been in a coma. So I call him brother, I interview him for makeup. Because at the time that the way some of we can begin realizing then laboratory where they wouldn't call so, then labs here, then they research dangerous diseases. You know, when I look at what thing they got right now again, when it comes to uh lab them. Number one, do you know that Bill Gates they mean get a lab now Italy. Now Italy. Then get lab, this lab, they get scientists then where they research on insect, then mosquito, yeah. Waiting the scientists then they do, then they try for create genetic insect. Then they modify the natural insect, then genetically modify them. So then put chemical on them, especially the male insect. Then they go release them, then go release them. So they genetically modify insects here. When they get intercourse with the other mosquito, them, the way then they pass the semen, then they pass also the chemical way them put on them, according to the scientists. So they're able to make the insect, then they become infertile. You understand what they talk about, right? The insects where they genetically modify, then get chemical where they put in them, where then get intercourse with the other insect that the female insect them, then become infertile. Well, the facility. Now, one of the weapons they want in the way right now scientists and NEPA create, especially for Africa. You know how they want to get rid of most of the other species them through infertility. Well, if the birth rate reduce every year, that means that species become less and less and less and less. Maybe in 100 or 200 years, that species is going to be wiped out of the earth. So this now a weapon where now a long-term weapon, but it's very, very dangerous. So when I research on this, I understand exactly what in the gun. I talk about this now, this program a long time ago. So I tell African leaders and say, do not allow their insect and they for get them go to Africa for go do testing. Because you don't know what's in there, then insect, then they use chemical. Then chemical probably if they then they affect infertility. Now the insect, it will likely be then they affect infertility with the people because when this insect get this chemical, it go bet somebody that chemical is transferred by that person there. Now that person there, if not male, it get intercourse with a wife or any other person, the chemical transfer on them, that person is not going able to born again, or then don't reduce in chances of having babies. So it's very, very dangerous. Guess what? Right now, they can test the insect they need in Africa. They're not going to sign for test in Africa. And maybe, I think I already say somewhere in South America. You know, say South America and Africa, they get the same mentality. Okay? So, you see the problem? What we get in Africa? Then they can test them in Africa right now. I don't know about Sierra Leone. I don't know. It will likely be say sometimes salons herself don't sign that contract there. Secretly. Then they get the money. Then they go release them in there. According to Bill Gates, he said down there, they make them purposely forget rid of the mosquito. But no. Bill Gates now a proponent or a believer of eugenics. You know what's in eugenics? Eugenics is when you believe, say, certain race, they know what, so therefore you find a way for get rid of them. There is then they. Bill Gates na a believer of that. So we don't know. But Africa, everything we dey consume. Now, they don't go allow them here for test them in Africa. Bad people. We lead us in them. Bad. Peter Dowda saying, the Sierra Leone judiciary will not rule against Fatima Bio in court. I don't think so. I think that threatening, now that make a talk saying, if you want to sue somebody, you know they come for and tell and say, now I dey go sue you. You dey go sue, then he send then they let them serve the lawsuits to the person. But if you can't begin threatening, right? Longer letter, he tell the person, say, oh, because of this, we dey go sue you for $20 million dollars. Now threat, now the tactics for make the person back off. That's not the thing down there. No. But the problem we me get with the people themselves, the Sierra Leonean government officials, where they connive with the company for deprive the people them from the benefit where they're supposed to get. That's not the problem. You know. Abdullah Kurma say, Doc, multinational companies exploit the country they operate. We are living in a modern mercantilism. The African countries exist for the benefit of the big Western countries. Sad. May God help us. Yeah. Abdullah Kurma say, from time immemorial, governments fail to add value to our minerals before exporting. Governments need to nationalize some of these minerals. These are some of the things why they talk about. Me, I am in favor of nationalizing some of these minerals because it's just so ridiculous. Somebody they go get them the dirty, and they know say minerals then they know that this dirty. Because they know that then get devices the way then will actually know. In fact, some devices then will tell you how much some of them minerals are worth in a particular place. They know that. They know the amount of minerals waiting at the ground. This is the reason why they know the one for wash the dirty na salon. Because if they wash the dirty na salon, then the citizens then will begin realize the exploitation where they go on. And the government is actually conniving with them companies. Just they go get at the dirty. You can go somewhere, you go wash some, any amount now where you get it, which you can't tell me now, no more. This is 24th century, for God's sake. This is 2025. Why we government so naive? Why we government is so selfish? Bad. Abdullah Kuroma say, in Botswana, the Bias company has been mining for 50 years and they have a diamond polish company. Government is allowing the company to repatriate all their proceeds in foreign banks' accounts. Mayata Masakwe, Dr. Kanu. Oh, Dr. Kanu, yeah. Yeah. Well, say, the thing is, it's funny. The thing is, Salomon, where he gets small money, he change the name. I forget typical name again. Just look at Alpha Kanu. How you call himself? He say, "I name Alpha Khan." Now Alpha Kanu. But when you don't get money, he say, "I name Alpha Khan." He changed the name. Look at Dr. Kanu. He say, "I name Dr. Khan." Who's one again? Where changing name? I be know one of the other ministers then way been. Oh, I think that Richard Conte it changed from C to K. Kontheh. Well, I don't know, but people that them just too funny. Yeah. Abdullah Kuruma said the reason why the Guinean currency is stronger than the Leone is because their mining companies saved half of their proceeds in banks in Guinea. That is why the rush for dollar in Guinea is less. All right. Well, I don't know much about this monetary stuff. Okay. I don't get enough knowledge about that. because the economists then tell we say the value of a currency is dependent on the amount of exportation and importation. No, so that's what they say. I don't know how true it is, but even at that, which country where I read and this year say then don't put a law for make sure say the dollar is no longer used. I think that Tanzania, and I think that Tanzania for make them able boost them currency because then depend on the dollar for stabilize the economy. But now they say no thing. Let's value our currency. You know. Peter Dowda say by the time our government are capable of nationalizing our mineral, there will be little or nothing left to nationalize. Ah boy. Uh, It's funny, but you are correct. You are correct. Well, just look at the diamond right now. According to the one the way they mine diamond now, diamond well, I come out from a family when are diamond miners. Okay, so just look at the diamond right now. The time when we been a go holiday now, like them mining town like Kenema, we been get one uncle na mining village where them call Bava BM Kenema. Okay, the one the way them born na Kenema, they know that's only now a mining town about 6 or some mile from Kenema. Now they my uncle been there, or they been in mine. So who been a go there holiday. Sometimes if the rain come, I would they see people that then they begin look at the ground for fen diamond, you know. You able for fen diamond. Now you know they happen again. Diamond don't done. So I think the little one way left now, it's we get for do as soon as possible. Otherwise, just like what you talk so. Just like what you talk so. I look at one thing though, because me as somebody way I like my country more than I like any other thing. If you don't go sign a contract for 50 years, you left power, another government come. And that government you want for carry renege from the contract, now the problem will happen. Okay. The first term of Mother Bill, he tried for do am. Una know the story why they tell una so. Where then go sue Salon na British court because probably in a British court the company knows him, then they give them, right. If me na president na Salon, any contract was signed with a company, it's only applicable legally in Salon court because the company they deal with Sierra Leone. Okay, so yes, I know say we get what you call international courts or whatever. This no, but the legality of that particular agreement should be within the locality of the agreement. So, Madabio, then go panda, then case them. They don't know how it comes. I think they get for pull the case out of court, then settle them out of court. This was one of the reasons why Madabio was, um, the West being one for get rid of Madabio. And I feel a little bit edgy when I understand what's been to go on. The the European Union, including the Americans, they may really want to get rid of Madabio because Madabio at that time, well now Madabio don't come back, probably don't come back and it don't come through the line back, so everything looks normal now. Okay. So, but at that time, the first time, he actually won for renegotiate some of the contract them. The companies then will come on at the most of them now Western company, then can find out say this not a threat to their own companies them. This was why the 2023 election they fought very, very hard. Very, very the West fought very, very hard for getting rid of Madabiu. A lot of people don't know what's been going on behind the scene. But they were desperate. Even to the extent they used the Carter Foundation. Yes, I am telling you that they used the Carter Foundation for just try by all possible means disregard the things and way they happen and try for blur the the narrative. The Carter Foundation, where Samora Kana America, then go me tell and say, hey, I want for make you raise fund for we so that we were able to go monitor the election. That in itself is very suspicious, right? You go meet one candidate and you is supposed to be a non-partisan international monitoring group. You go meet one of the candidates where they contest, say, for raise fund for me, would they go try for monitor the election? So when the Carter Foundation come and pull their reports, irrespective of what happened at the election, that's not a side issue. But when you look at the Carter Foundation, the young objective, you go really understand the nefarious activities where they go on, the effort for get rid of Madabiu. They fought very, very hard for getting. Madabiu was lucky. The reason what Madabiu able for start up to today, it is so. Now because of the weakness of Samora. Because Samora did not take the opportunity for campaign and try for make sure say he gets a strategy where he go able for easily make a win the election. But this was something that was going behind the scene, and I was blowing the alarm here, right? So for some of you, I say first of all, I don't want to make the APC party rely on the international community. Well, when we say the international community, we're not talking about like the AU, the ECOWAS, and the other institutions that we know they within the West. When always when they talk about international community, we are looking at the West. Because to we, mentally retarded, we all are mentally retarded. We believe, say, when they say international community, we mean the West. I tell them, say, if you guys are relying absolutely on the international community, you are going to get a surprise. Because the international community, they don't care about you, they don't care about anybody, they don't even care about the country. All they care about their own interests. So if they find out, saying, okay, if they align with you for some time, they impede their own interests, they know they even sleep and think about for left you. And that's what it happened exactly. Then fed. Could you believe, say, before the announcement of the election, before ECSL announced that result, the US ambassador called Dr. Samora, talked to her and say, hey, this is what is going on. This was why Dr. Samora get for rush go now the office, the head of the APC office, where he go give an announcement, say, hey, say you don't win the election. No. So any results will not reflect that, they take them again. This was before the announcement of the election. This now he make the ECSL rush for announce the first result. I was in Freetown. I look, I say, oh boy, the international community. But the way we believe in the international community, the way Sierra Leoneans or Africans then believe in this international community so much that it's very, very awful. These people are using us. So when they try for help Dr. Samora, then she say, they work, then switch. The same international community, where been they help we, what we rely on, then switch against we. The first thing they do is You know what? We don't come for can tell somebody for pull election or something like that. That's a responsibility. Right there. If Dr. Samurai and the APC, they for be non get sense, they for be non realize, it's in them people are, they trust them. Then switch. Look what happened today. So why am I bringing this? Okay. We governments, the African attitude is that we get somebody when a default savior, and this is always the savior. When we they read in name, if you like the Almighty God, we they tremble. If they say this person, na Indian na me on side, I they tremble. You know, that attitude needs to change. And it will only change with the well-educated young generation where they're exposed to information that the world. And we get for educate people there. You know. So these are some of the things. All right, Peter Dowda said the more money politicians have at their disposal, the more they spend like drunken sailors. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's not the purpose for where they go now parliament and where they go now politics, right? Forget money and spend them. Some of them right now they don't bankrupt. Yeah, from the APC. Because the APC we took 10 years not to sow na power. We don't bankrupt. Just like during the time of Tijan Kaba, after 10 years when we can have power, within 7 years, the one they will be in the game money all the non-bankrupt. That make politicians are desperate. But anyway, yeah, I think say that's not the end of the program for today. I don't read the message away. So for make I just reiterate. I don't spend 1 hour 32 minutes. That's I think say enough, right? Let's just reiterate for people them. Number one, the Mpox now a danger to the society. The government need for get control over this emerging threats now the country. Number two, me, Dr. Mankota, I deal with the first lady in stance where he stand on behalf of the people of Kono. I deal with them. And Usai, the president's day. Now your wife down there, not so. Usai in there. All right. Ablak Roma say it is ironic that the monitor Qatar Foundation should ask one of the opponents to lobby for funds on their behalf. Double jeopardy. That was why their report was skewed towards Samora Kamara. People, well, okay. A lot of people are not been know what's been going at all. Well, this information not to Dr. Mangota Tokawan. Now Dr. Samora Sesef now come out and expose that. You know, say Dr. Samora Sesef gets frustrated because they don't promise that the international community don't promise and so much. Now you don't see anything. He pulled the secret now do. But what to make some of the information are them very, very important. Now for young people, the way they come into politics, for make them able aware for saying nobody know the way they can help you for make you host. If you're not able for make you host, if you bring in somebody, that person they just can't exploit you. And this is fact when it comes to international geopolitics. Nobody know the way we're able for make salon. If we're not able to come together, irrespective of we differences, and make Sierra Leone, my brother, nobody know they come for can make salon. Anybody where they come now exploit them, they can't exploit. When I look at the companies then we don't exploit Sierra Leone for many years. What's not the benefit when salon don't get na rutile after rutile been on the probably some of we I don't know if we don't burn or we not burn it. I don't know when they found rutile. But it on there for many, many years, right? So we get for put we differences. Differences are good thing if you manage them differences, then they correct them. Diversity, not a way for grow, not a way for develop. Okay? If we all think the same way, then there is not going to be any development. The only way where development will take place when we think different, then we implement then differences then they into the core of we politics. It don't mean say because me and you disagree or within a the same within a different political party, you know me enemy. Me, I don't believe them kind politics then do. I they tell you for free. And that make a lot of people that way don't know me, they no say, I don't believe that. Well, today here in Phoenix, the SLPP then get a program now. We all the APC folks who they go full up there. Because the good thing about we Naya, I they tell una, especially some of the other chapters them, I think say that last chapter also somebody time say that last chapter then get the same attitude like Arizona. We are in community first, politics second. Now so in Arizona, that's who we believe. Some of who not believe in politics first, community second. No, we not believe that. We believe say community first, politics is second. Now that make if any political party get events now, all the other political party then they go support. For some of una way come on the out of state when I come win inauguration. When I see how the SLPP then go full up now we inauguration not so. That's what we call modern politics. It's not about enmity, it's about ideas, different opinion. Okay? So let's come together and help build salon because nobody not get for build salon for we. Otherwise, we go there and this gum will tell we die just like we great grandpa the way they pan grum will tell, but they're not willing for change, then die. We grandpa them the same thing then die. We papa them the same thing then die. Now so probably we would they tape and this gum will tell with them. The grumble is enough. Let's change our attitude. If we change our attitude and look at Sierra first, APC or SLPP second, maybe APC and SLPP is even third. You know, in my own category, a political party is the third level of my category. The country is first, the community is second, then my party is third. That's what I believe. I don't know what you believe, but that's what I believe. And I think it's in the best way. Any society, any advanced society, that's what you're supposed to believe. You know, they look at somebody because he joined one political party, so therefore now your enemy. That's backward thinking. Hmm? So that's all I have for today for you guys. And I just want to thank everybody for kind of the program and the people that will contribute for put their young comment. Let we pray for Mama Salon because at the end of the day, this disease is not good for we country at all. No? Well, I go see you now back next week, the same time, the same place.